hate sweating.
Yes.
It's like not my favorite.
I'm allergic to my own sweat, so.
I am too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, let's
Cheers
do it.
to that.
Yes. See, I'm from Texas originally.
Okay.
But wait for it. Not only am I from Texas, I'm from Houston,
God.
Texas. Yes, so you know you've been
God.
there. Worst
Yes.
weather ever.
So hot. My last year living in Michigan was 2014.
Okay.
And it was the coldest and snowiest winter the state had had in over 100 years. One day we got 3 feet of snow.
Yeah.
And it was so cold, it froze.
No.
So it's just solid ice. You essentially had
You
like
need ice picks.
You essentially had like tracks, like you would if you were riding like a go-kart at an amusement park, like tracks.
Mario Kart?
Yeah. With your car, and the whole time I'm like, my undercarriage has just got to be getting like just completely.
No.
Yeah, it was bad.
No. Okay, so let's talk. What is IDW?
Idea Design Works.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're a comic book publisher based out of San Diego.
Coincidence? I
Yes.
think not.
We publish creator-owned comics, titles you may know, such as Winona Earp, 30 Days of Night,
Yep.
Lock and Key.
Yep.
And we also do a lot of licensed materials, such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Who's your favorite turtle?
I'm not a Turtles person.
Are you an April O'Neil person?
So here's the thing.
Okay.
I wasn't allowed to watch Turtles growing up.
Why?
Violence. I wasn't allowed Power Rangers. I wasn't alled to watch any of that stuff.
Not even Power Rangers?
So I got.
I'm more interested in this now. What?
So Power Rangers, I really wanted to watch, and so I would sit like this close to the TV so that if my mom came down the stairs to check on me, I could just really quickly hit the channel and change it.
Did you prefer Jason or Tommy?
Tommy.
Oh, me too.
Tommy.
Me too. And I actually know
Yeah.
the OG Jason, and I was like, no offense, but Tommy.
Tommy all the way.
So as somebody that like specializes in world building, keeping like brand accountability of like, you need to recognize that that is that particular brand, what would you say is the biggest difference between, you know, like a Star Trek or like the Orville or Star Wars or Battlestar Galactica? Like, what makes Star Trek Star Trek?
Star Trek is all about hope and possibility. DC Fontana, who actually wrote so much Star Trek with Gene Roddenberry back in the day, in her notes on old scripts or books on what makes Star Trek Star Trek, there is one line from her that consistently comes up. The story doesn't work if it's about the plot, it only works if it's about the character.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about what you are working on right now, because when you say senior editor, I'm not sure if everyone really understands what that entails, what the day-to-day is, day in the life is.
Well, I actually recently got promoted to group editor.
Oh, look at you!
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means. So please, let's cheers and you tell me.
Yes. So I'm a group editor over all things licensing. I oversee all the editors that work on our various licenses.
Okay.
So whether that's Turtles, My Little Pony, Sonic, Godzilla, a few other licenses I can't talk about yet, and my own book, Star Trek. So I oversee those editors, and while they do the day-to-day with most of the license stuff, I will help with like the macro planning or playing bad cop with licensors. So that's kind of the group aspect of it, you know, making sure we're not doing a Sonic event at the same time we're doing a Turtles event.
Gotcha.
So each line can speak and
Lot of
stand on its
calendar
own 2
invites.
feet. A lot of calendar invites. Even though it's a cool job working in comics, right? It's still a job, and there's still some days when like, man, I just don't care about this character.
Yeah.
I just don't care about this book. But if I'm not excited about it, then the creative team's not going to be excited about it. The sales team's not going to be excited about it. It all has to start with me. And so even if I'm handed something that I don't necessarily want to do out the gate or I'm jumping up and down about, it's a challenge for me to find something about it that makes me excited and makes it cool and makes it my favorite book.
Listen, Heather, cheers to San Diego and to Star Trek.